Andre,
Ryan.
I have bad news.
Yeah, it's that kind of day. Lay it on me.
The bad news is you've been fired from this show because you weren't on the day of a draft.
I know, but the picks I gave out the day prior, 4-1, Ryan. 4-1. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm already reading MLB mock drafts because we have MLB draft props. So I will be dedicating myself to that legendary night at home as my wife and child left the country. They haven't left. Technically, they have left me, but this was planned. This was of my own volition. This wasn't against my will.
Planned abandonment.
Planned abandonment. So draft at the hizzy, just betting on hockey, learning about guys. The wifey texted me many hours later asking what I was doing, and I proudly told her I'm re-watching the top 10 because I didn't feel properly dialed in when I was watching live. That's how my evening went.
Wow. And meanwhile, you just couldn't make time for us on the show.
Yeah, I dropped the ball. It
Also,
felt a little gross not being.
I'm going to say 50-50 chance you're actually being picked up by your microphone right now. I can't fully tell, but I'm going to, if I had to bet on it, I would take the under on 0.5 microphones being picked up.
Set the line on it being the right mic now, my friend. Yeah, sorry about
that. I feel like this is why we have producers, but I'm not totally sure.
I know.
Okay. So anyways.
Yeah, that was a snipe at you if anyone's on the other side of this broadcast.
Yeah, when you and Dre were chatting for 20 minutes before I showed up, maybe that could have been covered.
Lovely set you're on, by the way, Ryan. So congrats on that.
Yeah, I'm in a secret room right now.
Yep.
Wait, okay, Dre. So what was your record on picks? Like what was your feel? Like how do you feel about the way the NHL draft went?
I mean, once it went not according to plan, and I knew the top 4 was going to be a complete shit show, just like the NBA. Honestly, NBA draft, NHL draft, and the Mac Jones at 3 and ends up being Trey Lance. I think those are some of the greatest draft switch ups of our lifetimes, Ryan. So I'd sprinkled Staforski first overall, and when that happened,
that is definitely not his name, bro.
It wasn't. Also on the show, I was saying Slavkovsky. Thank you. I was saying in the show he was Slovenian. I was thinking of Huka Doncic and Goran Dragic's national. Slovakian. Subtle but very important difference. I apologize to the country of Slovakia. Congrats to them for going 1-2. But as any good value getter, Ryan, what I have learned is when you start to see movement at 1, that's not the bet you place. You use the movement at 1 to get all the value on the movement at 2. I knew the Devils, if Shane Wright dropped to them, would skip on him and they'd go defenseman. I just picked the wrong defenseman. And I bet Nemec to go 2 was probably in the like plus 5,000s, if not more. That was a mega upset. So things went great. Then Yerrick goes out of the top 5. That was big money. I got a little too bet happy before the draft, and I placed Jonathan Kemmel to go in the top 7. He was actually one of the biggest fallers of the entire first round. So, off the record, I lost myself a little money with these bets I just mentioned, but 3-1, it felt tremendous. It felt like a tremendous evening. I kind of had that hockey juice was back for a night. It felt
nice. Great. Love that. I got the hockey juice back just watching Rudo wearing the Champions shirt on the PHNX draft. Like that shirt looks so good on camera.
Yeah.
That I was just like, wow, this is awesome. Also, I found myself, because I like the people who run the PHNX Coyote show so much,
Yeah.
I find myself like rooting for the Coyotes, and I'm just afraid that like 5 years from now that's going to come back to bite me.
Yeah, felt good vibes watching the show yesterday, watching AJ's analysis. Worse vibes, better vibes for my Seattle Kraken, however. And man, the more beer they brought out on that draft show, the more concerned I was for Rudo, but our boy handled himself like a champ, as he always does.
They call him Roto Rudo for a reason, bro. He just sucks it up.
Holy shit! Where's my Roto Rudo shirt? You know, the post office got that lost.
That's actually fire. That's actually fire. That's the first time I've ever let that one fly. I'm gonna have to share that with everyone.
That's great. Yeah. Now our shirt making jokes, they feel more appropriate because our guy D-liners back stateside, big market D-line back in a big market where he belongs.
Yes, I don't think Vegas is a big market.
It's not.
But I did DM him this morning and I said, now that you're on American soil, you're not allowed to ignore me. So that was fun. Okay.
For gambling, it is a big market. For this show, it does qualify as a big market. I'll just say that.
True. What if I told you we have show history?
Show history. Let's go. I love a good show history, Ryan.
So literally this morning. No, sorry, yesterday. Literally yesterday,
okay.
I was talking to Henry, and I was like, you should be able to, instead of same game parlays, you should have same season parlays. I literally said that out loud yesterday. Well, DraftKings came through. They have, at least they've opened the door on parlaying futures in the same sport, that is show history. That has never been done before.
Yeah.
So they have opened Pandora's box, and you can parlay, as of right now, teams to have a winning record. That's the only thing that I believe you can do right now. So, Dre, let's build our winning record parlay.
Also, shouts to our guy Blake Matheson. I saw a phantom R in there. It's not there, Blake Matheson, for bringing this to our attention on Twitter. You're a legend, Blake. This one's for you.
All right. Matheson? M-A-T-H-S-O-N?
M-A-T-H-E.
Oh, that would be
H-E-S-S-O-N.
Matheson.
Matheson. Hell yeah. I like that. That last name slaps when you pronounce it like that.
Just like Slavkovsky.
Slavkovsky, big time.
It was a historic. I read a tweet that said it was a historic night for the Slovaks.
I should hope so.
I think they had like 3 in the first round or something.
Yep, they did. And 1 and 2. Also, the second guy the Coyotes drafted, that dude's name sends me hard. Yeah, I can't pronounce that dude's name at all.
Connor Geeky.
Fine, Connor Geeky. Yeah,
there you go.
The guy who went 5 to Philly. Cutter Gauthier.
Yes.
Wow, what a name that guy has as well. Crazy times, Ryan.
That is true. All right. Well, we got to have a base layer here, and what better base layer than, like, if you were building a pyramid, who would you want more on your base than Russell Wilson?
I mean, thick hydrant to start the base, of course.
You gotta have a thick base. So Broncos to have a winning record are at -300. That's not a lot of value, but I think we're gonna be able to parlay. Like, I feel confident about like at least 10 teams having a winning record.
Wait, I thought we were taking a total wins over.
No, it's only. Are you on the future parlays section?
No. Oh my. Wow, what a great world we live in. What a great world we live in. In spite of everything else, great world. Whoa.
So you can parlay any team to have a winning record together.
Holy cow. Do we go, we're big KSE guys all of a sudden. Do we go KSE it up with the Rammies?
I don't trust the Rams, but I am putting the Chiefs in there. I think I'm going to put the whole AFC West.
What?
Yep.
We should get a bonus because that almost feels like a non-correlated futures parlay.
I think we might. I don't know. Who's to say?
Also, I hear so much misinformation about how draft props and those kind of award props are established when we've had Johnny A, the head of DraftKings Sportsbook, explain this shit verbatim for us. I might have to go get that episode, repurpose the clip, and like explain it for the children out there, because national podcasts represented by far inferior sports books are putting out misinformation because they just don't, their pea brains can't understand how this all works. It's a war of information, kids. Get with it.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're just a fun Friday side tangent because we're having fun here.
We are having a lot of fun. Wait, how do you feel about this? This is the AFC Championship. No, sorry. When did the Bills and Chiefs play? Was that in?
I think that was the AFC Championship. Yeah.
What a game that was! Holy shit.
Legendary.
So the AFC Championship matchup last year: Chiefs Bills. Chiefs to have a winning record -370. Bills to have a winning record -1100.
Yeah, because the AFC East has become the AFC least, as the kids call it. Actually, the kids would never call it that. That's more like something an AP writer would come up with. But yeah, you know, outside of the Bills, I don't know how you feel about, you know, noodle arm Tua, you know, thrown out there to the Speedy Boys, or Mac Jones with no receivers, and you know the JETS Jets. What a problem. All you need to know is JB, formerly famous Netflix JUCO coach, then
Jason Brown
fired before his Netflix season was even over, in about as strange a reason as ever. Watch it. Great stuff.
It is.
He
really
picked Zach Wilson as his best second-year quarterback. So that's nail in the coffin right there. Zachy Wilson. The career is over officially.
Okay, third team to add here. How do you feel about the Cincy Bangies?
Oh, man. The Queen City? Sign me up.
Yes. Okay, we're into positive value now. Plus 137. How do you feel about?
God, I love that.
Is it possible for every team in the NFC East to have a losing record?
Well, can you take no's?
No, you can't. I'm just saying, like, I don't want any of those teams. Right, Cardinals, right. Arizona Cardinals.
They are your Arizona Cardinals.
They are.
The defense is worse. But as we all know, Vance Joseph, he can scheme up a good D.
They lost Chandler Jones.
That's a big loss.
What else did they do this offseason?
Boy, I'm drawing many blanks. All I can remember is Kyler unfollowed, then refollowed, then took all his card stuff off, then re-put all his card stuff off. I can't have they signed him?
We can't have that sort of drama in our parlay.
No, I agree, Ryan.
Baltimore Ravens.
They are consistent AF. Big Lamar guy over here. Big Tyler Huntley guy, frankly. Yeah,
they're going to have a great defense. Yeah.
Sign me up.
Doesn't do much for us, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm leaving the Chargers out for just bit commitment.
Yeah. Well, they're going to Charger it too, potentially.
Yeah, exactly. Las Vegas Raiders having a winning record is -120. We're getting a lot of value there. I'd bet heavy on this one. The only thing that can screw it up is McFuckface.
Yeah, McFuckface is a big... Yeah, that's a big problem here.
That could be a big problem. But I feel like Devontae Adams and Derek Carr is like that's 8 wins right there.
God, that's so... And they added Chandler Jones.
They sure
so
did.
Good for them. Yeah, and then fucking you got Adams outside. Waller can just run free in the middle. I don't know how we're going to cover that. Oh, boy.
They're not going to be fun to play.
Okay, yeah. You've talked me into it. Yeah, I mean, as long as McFuckface can help himself but not trade Waller like before the season starts, I think we might be in a good place with this one.
Okay. How do we feel about The Green Bay Packers. They have Aaron Rodgers. They're guaranteed to have a winning record.
Yeah, I guess. And they get to play the Bears twice a year. I mean, just there. It's a lock.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady is their quarterback.
Yep, I actually like the Buccaneers. I like the Buccaneers a lot. Yeah, I mean, feels like we're in not baby, but adult white whale, full-blown seas beluga with elephantitis almost.
We're not. We're at plus 651.
Once you parlay it with my big three and the 3 picks I have for UFC this weekend.
Oh yeah, that gets it boosted.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just throw some out that could kind of boost us up. The Minnesota Vikings.
Eesh. I hate them. Hate it.
Okay. Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
Not worth it. You took too long to think. Indianapolis Colts.
I hate to say it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
The AFC South sucks, and they went from Carson Wentz to Matt Ryan.
I have a hard time envisioning a world where the New England Patriots don't have a winning record.
I know, samesies.
But that's minus 115. That would be the best value pick we've made so far.
Jeez.
Let's do it.
I think Bill gets it done, yeah.
Okay. That's plus 1866.
Wow.
Just
the
10
Colorado
points away from the Centennial State's birth.
Incredible. Yeah.
All right.
Right
I'm actually going to bet on this. I like it that much.
Yeah, you should. I'm going to add my big 3 and UFC parlayable picks to that. So stay tuned because that's coming on the other side. Until then, DraftKings Sportsbook, the number 1 sportsbook in all the land, Ryan. What are you finding? You boosting that shit?
No, I just if the team goes 8-1, you lose because it has to be a winning record.
I mean, but it's not above 500.
I know. I thought it would be a push.
It's yes, no, Ryan. You know,
it is true. It's not an or. Yes.
It's not an
or no.
All right. And I mean, just when you thought their app was the dopest, their customer service, their ability to withdraw, and all that, boom, they slap you in the face with NFL futures parlays, something so baller we could dedicate an entire segment to it on this show. That's what they do. That's what DraftKings Sportsbook does. The king of sportsbooks. Right now, Ryan, new users, what do? They bet 5, they win 100 on something, right? What is it? Human cage fighting this week? Let me guess. Human cage fighting. Bet 5 to win 100. Boom. Congrats, new user. Is that right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Boom. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it at DraftKings Sportsbook, the king of sportsbooks and official partner of Humans Fighting in Cages. So they love that. We love them. Use that code DNVR when you sign up, and we may have a producer who brings up a disclaimer for us any second to close.
Do you think it's the new disclaimer? Oh, no, it's not.
Is it, Ryan? No. But you know what?
What are we doing around here?
Or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Plus, a bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
It takes 2 minutes.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
All right, Warner. Is that the homie Wanners?
Yeah.
It looks like the homie Wanners.
That's the homie Wanners. Well, Wanners, I'm glad you asked because it's big 3 time. And the boys at DNVR Rapids, they have you covered immediately after the show with a live reaction to a big trade that just occurred, Ryan. You know, Mark Anthony K. Gonzo back home to Toronto FC for a first-round pick, $1 million in GAM, and a young prospect who seems very intriguing, who could fill right into Mac's spot. So, a bit of a youth movement. You were asking, was last year all a mirage? They're saying, yeah, potentially. We're gonna kick that can down the road. And because of that, Juaners, in the big three today, I'm saying,
Hold
you know
on.
what?
Is $1 million in GAM short for $1 million in gambling money?
They wish. Don't do this to me where you put me on the spot and you make me try to come up with what MLS abrivs are. General allocated money. It's general allocated money. Yeah, it's
fuck does
the
that
gambling
mean?
money.
It's just money.
I don't know.
General allocated money is just money.
And an international spot on the roster. I'm pretty proud that I just remembered these entire trade details off the old noggin.
They were counting a Canadian as an international player?
I don't think that's what we're saying. I think in the MLS, rosters are restricted to only have so many international players. I don't think that means Canadians. I think Canadians are national players. But again, you're putting me more on the spot than I'd like to be right now.
Dude.
It does seem international. But now the Rapids have one more international spot open to them if they so wish to add another Max Acosta or what have you. All this to say, it's they're at RSL, and I hate to do it, but I'm taking RSL. If the Pids are telling me they're out, then I'm out too, and I'm gonna fade them. Frankly, though, the RSL sucks. And Pablo Mastroeni coaches some of the worst brand of modern soccer you will ever see, even though I love the man like a brother and is one of the greatest coaches I have ever covered.
Who invited Marissa into the back end?
I don't know. And then give me the Nuggets. They play the Timberwolves, Ryan, who just traded away all their youth and depth. Guys like Walker Kessler, who would have really helped their Walkie Kessler, who would have really helped their summer league lineup for Baguette Biombo. And a Baguette Biombo-less Timberwolves summer league roster is trying to take on Connor Gillespie. Yeah, right. National champion Chris Brown.
You haven't gotten one of these names correct yet.
What? Christian Brown?
Yes, you called him Chris.
Some people call him Chris. It's not.
You also said Connor Gillespie, which it's Connor Gillespie.
Look, I almost called him Colin, so I'm really proud of myself.
Wait, it is Oh, now I'm confused.
Got him.
Colin Gillespie.
If Marissa's in the back, she's as big a college hoops fan as I know, so she could chime in. Ismail Kamigate, the real beast down low from France. He's playing Summer League, Ryan. He's playing. And then Peyton Watson. No bigger Peyton Watson guys than Peyton Watson's family and Ryan and I. So all that lineup against the lowly, pardon my French, Mr. Kamigate, shitty Timberwolves? No way, Jose. That's not happening. Not on our watch. No way in hell. So minus 140. Take that to the bank. And then I just don't know, Ryan. I just don't know. Are the Lakers being overvalued because they have a couple rookies, like SPJ and Max Christie?
Spencer Porter Jr.?
Scottie Pippen Jr. Which, man, all I can think of is Malik Beasley when I talk about Scottie Pippen anymore. It's really nice.
Oh my God, that's good. That was good.
And even though the Phoenix Suns proudly are letting people publish the articles that they don't pay attention to the draft anymore, which is like, yeah, no shit, you took DeAndre Ayton over Luka Doncic. We noticed. Yeah. But Xavier McKinley on the Sun. No, I just screwed that. Now I feel bad. McKinley, holy shit, McKinley Wright. I don't know why I got that wrong. McKinley Wright,
I think, is an NFL corner.
If he's not, I would beg him to reconsider and try to become an NFL corner because
McKinley Wright is on the Suns now.
Yeah, Yeah. So against the shitty, overrated Lakers summer league team, I think McKinley Wright will be the leader we all know he is, and the Suns keeping within 6. So there you go. It's an all city big 3.
Bro,
Take
McKinley
that.
Wright could
Yeah.
basically be Chris Paul if just with the right tutelage from Chris Paul.
I kind of feel if he just comes into the league when Chris Paul comes into the league, he just is Chris Paul.
Yeah, he just becomes Chris Paul.
It's just a generational gap. And maybe I sound as stupid as people who are like Tim Tebow in the NFL today, but whatever. I feel like I've said a lot of stupid things on this show. So take that big 3, parlay it with all the futures Ryan gave you, and then
wait, stop. Henry said one of the smartest things I've ever heard him say today.
Oh my god!
And I'm stealing that since I blowout over here. I'm stealing this from Henry. I can't get over how good it was. So he was listening to Tommy on the DNVR Nuggets show last night, assistant GM, and he said he was the one who constructed this summer league roster. Mm-hmm. And he was saying that he constructed the whole roster just for defense. And he was saying well, he didn't say this, but I inferred it. This team does not need offense. It has Nikola Jokic. It has Jamal Murray. It has Michael Porter Jr. It has Bones Highland. You are not making this team by making jump shots, buddy. You're making this team by defending wings and guards. And that's exactly what they need, and it's the only path to making the roster. And I know the coach, Ryan Bowen, is pounding that into these guys' heads. If you want to make this team, it's all with defense. Just show me what you bring to the team on defense. So, Dre, we're betting the under on every single one of their summer league games. Because not only are they going to defend the other team well, they also, none of them have any offensive upside except for maybe Christian Brown.
Love this. And you can parlay the under with the picks we've already given out, which is just magical. Okay, so wait. Oh, so Henry said that. Henry pointed this
Big
out.
Hank.
Wow, Big Hank. Oh, you can parlay.
That was a major bag alert from him, by the way.
Major bag alert, yeah.
If you are listening to an interview and thinking, how can I profit off of this? You are in your bag.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's what I do with the draft. So yes. I'm giving out those picks, Ryan, and you can swap out Nuggets money line with the under. That's a little more profitable because the money line's minus 140. The under is simply minus 110.
I don't trust their offense.
Okay, fair enough. But you trust the under.
I trust the under big time.
Yeah, so swap it out. Exactly. And then take the top 3 faves in the UFC card this weekend. Sayar Nurmagomedov. So he's the brother of, Caio Borralho and Rafael Fiziev.
How have I never heard of any of them?
Because it's not a pay-per-view. All of those parlayed together plus 53,036. And I kind of feel like this is hitting, Ryan.
Are you okay? Just in life?
I mean, we could talk off air if you want. Yeah.
I mean, you're giving out plus 53,000 parlays. Have you had your medication?
I mean, you're the one. What? I only came up with 6 of these legs, Ryan. You're the one who gave out 11 of the legs I just gave out. I'm the one with the problem. How dare you?
I gave out 7 teams to have a winning record and the under in the Nuggets game.
Ryan legitimately didn't have a big 3 and then spewed off over half the NFL teams to have a winning record. Just that's how he was feeling on a Friday today. Legendary stuff.
It was. I have to run errands after this. Eesh. So we could honestly let this show go as long as you want.
I love that. I cannot. And I want to tune into the emergency pod of the PIDs, That's what I got going on this Friday. So,
dude, why is it not called Colorado Rapids?
Why isn't it? I don't know. That's a good question.
Big miss on our part.
Yeah, that should be our dilemma of the day.
Or it's just Pids Pod.
Right. Pids Pod. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
All right. Well, I guess I'll let you go. You got to get back to your family that's not even there. So good luck with that.
Thanks, buddy. I
you
really
just taking
appreciate
the whole. Are you just taking the whole weekend, just solo weekend?
Well, actually, my mom's in town.
Okay. Well, enjoy that. Say hi to mom for us.
Yeah,
and we'll see you on Monday.
My guy, you bet.